Hello and welcome. My name is Natalie from the Institutional Banking team in Australia, and thank you for joining me for our Accounts Receivable in ANZ Transactive Global training webinar. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge that I'm joining you from Perth, Western Australia, the lands of the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation. I also acknowledge the traditional owners on the lands which you are joining from today. I pay my respects to elders, past, present, and emerging, and to any Indigenous people from the various lands joining us today. Our training webinars are designed to help you unlock the full potential and get the most out of ANZ Transactive Global, our digital web and mobile banking channel. Through a single interface, you can access common services such as cash management, trade finance, loans, commercial cards, foreign exchange, and data insights. In this webinar, I'll be taking you through how to get the most from ANZ Transactive Global, with a particular focus on several features, particularly relevant to those working in accounts receivable, such as setting up your workspace with some relevant widgets to quickly locate the features you commonly access, reviewing accounts and balances, plus a number of tips to help you perform your role. Following today's session, I would encourage you to view our ANZ Digital Services help page for further information on the topics discussed, as well as revisiting our previous webinars, and I'll show you how to find these at the end of today's session. You will see that the Teams chat function is disabled. However, you can ask questions using the Q&A tab, which is located at the top of the screen. My colleagues are online and will answer as many questions as possible as we go. The training session today is being recorded. The video and a copy of any question and answers, including any questions we're unable to answer during the session, will be published in ANZ Digital Services Help in the coming days, so you can re-watch or share with colleagues who couldn't join us live today. And the last thing before we start, this session is being conducted using a training environment, which means that some of the screen and system behaviour may appear a little different to what you see in your live ANZ Transactive Global site. So please keep that in mind as we go. For anything outside of ANZ Transactive Global, we will show screens from ANZ Digital Services Help. Let's start today's webinar by setting up our workspace with widgets and shortcuts. These tools enable quick and easy access to the information most relevant to you. On the right side of the menu, you will notice the empty white space, and this is known as the ANZ Transactive Global Workspace. To add content to your workspace, click Add to Workspace and select the relevant thumbnail. Today I'm going to add Favourite Accounts, Net Position, and Favourite Account Reports. Favourite Accounts. This provides a snapshot of the account details and balances most relevant to you. Here, up to 20 favourite accounts can be added. The icons across the top of the widget allow you to quickly download a report, refresh the data, and adjust the settings. The Net Position widget, here you can view aggregated balances across different accounts that you're entitled to view. Choose the type of graph to display and how you want the accounts to be grouped. You can hover over the graph to obtain more information about the net position, such as account balances. The Favourite Account Reports, this is our newest widget and allows you to add your most used account report profiles and easily run these reports. Click Add to add your favourite account reports. To run the report, click Run this report profile icon on the right. Now your workspace can be customised, and you can do this by dragging and dropping the widgets to your preferred location on the page by clicking the blue banner, resizing the content window by dragging the resize icon on the bottom right of the content window, and if you wish to remove content from your workspace, you can do so by clicking the X on the top right of the content window. Additional workspaces can also be created, and you can have as many as you like by clicking Manage Your Workspaces. To create a new workspace, enter the name and click Add. To delete, you can click the X on the right, and if you wish to rename a workspace, click the current name, make the required changes and click OK. Let's now take a look at the Accounts menu and we can access this from the main menu on the left-hand side of ANZ Transactive Global. When selected, the Operating Account submenu will display, and a list of registered operating accounts for your organisation will display. The list will display accounts based on your user entitlements. You will notice the horizontal menu across the top. This is called the control bar and is a common feature in ANZ Transactive Global screens. It contains buttons that allow you to quickly complete a range of functions on that screen. Starting with View. By clicking this, you can view accounts by status, being active or closed. You can save an account to a folder, or you can create and manage your folders, and we'll look at folders in more detail shortly. Reports, select one or more accounts and use this shortcut to quickly request a selected report. Actions, again, once an account has been selected, from here you can quickly view additional information on the account. Group, this reorders the data on screen by predefined criteria. For example, we can select company, and then this will group all accounts by company name. If we select filter and then enter criteria into one of the more text boxes that are under each column heading, data will display matching the request. For example, if I'm looking for an account number that I know ends in 2211, I can type this into the filter field above account number and it will show me any accounts that contain this number. Export, this enables the records on the screen to be exported into a CSV file. If I select refresh, the records on the screen are refreshed, including any balance information. And settings. This button is used to save any changes that you make, including to view and group for next time you view this page. I would now like to show you how to create folders. Folders help you organize items that you want to group together. So from the control bar, you can click View and then Create Folder. Enter a new folder name and click Add. If you have more than one folder, you can add, reorder, or remove folders. Click OK. To add an item to the newly created folder, from the grid you can do one of two things. You can right-click on the item and click Move To from the context menu, or you can select the item, click Actions in the control bar, and select Move To. Select the folder, and the item will now be located in this folder. To navigate to this new folder, click View from the control bar, and you can select from the different folders. Below the control bar is what we call the grid layout, and you'll find that grids are a common way ANZ Transactive Global displays information. All grids can be customized to suit your preferences and to help you organize and view relevant information and activity. As you can see here, there are many columns, and depending on your screen size, you may need to scroll across the page to view them all. If this order does not suit you, or if some of the information is not relevant, you can customize it. To hide or show columns, you can right-click on any column heading and untick or tick the checkboxes next to the column name in this pop-up window. To customize the column order, you can click the column you would like to move and then drag and drop the column to your preferred order. To resize columns, click the edge of the column heading and drag to your preferred size. And you can sort the columns. Click a column heading and the column will reorder in ascending order. Click again to order in descending order. To fit columns to the size of your window, right-click the grid header and select Fit Columns to Window. To reset any columns, right-click the column heading and scroll down and click Reset Grid Columns. Click Settings and then Save Settings to save your newly customized grid. And a little tip, if you right-click on any row, the context menu will display, and here you will find some shortcuts to view additional information for that account. Let's now click on an account, and by clicking on any row, this will open the Operating Account Details screen, and this is where you can view additional information about the account. The screen header displays the account currency, account nickname, account number, and status. You can also use the drop-down menu or the magnifying glass to search for and choose a different account to display. Underneath the account selector are buttons to return to the operating account screen we were just on, as well as a shortcut button to request a report. The table to the right provides the account summary, and this information is based on the screen view that is selected. The default view is today, however, you can select from a number of options. This table also includes the total debit and total credit count. You will notice a couple of tabs, and we'll go through these now, starting with the Account Activity tab, and we can see it has its own control bar. View. This will display by default today's transactions, which is updated in real time so you can always have the most current information. This can be changed by clicking the drop-down arrow and selecting from one of the preset options, or by choosing your own custom date range. Let's select Previous Week. From the Actions option, if you wish to request a transaction details report, tick the checkbox for the desired transaction or transactions, select Actions, and then request a transaction details report. Complete the fields and click Submit to generate. If you wish to group the data within this tab, several predefined options are available, such as grouping transactions by transaction type. As you can see here, all credits are now grouped together and all debits are now grouped together. Filter, export, refresh, and settings all work the same as the previous screen. Moving on to the next tab, Balance Summary. This tab provides the daily balance summary for the account. You can select a date or a date range again from the View tab, and balances, total debits and credits, interest rates, and any overdraft limits for this account will show. The Returned Items tab. Returned items are available for Australian customers and return direct debits for New Zealand customers. And for our customers in Australia, earlier this month, we ceased sending dishonour letters by mail. This tab is where you can now view your returned items and transactions. In this tab, you can view information for transactions that have been returned from a corresponding bank, and this includes cheques that were deposited to an account that have not been paid by the drawer bank, debits or credits that have been initiated electronically, which could not be processed by the receiving bank. To view, click View to display the information for a different date range. The transaction totals for your total return credits, total return debits, and total cheques are displayed at the bottom right of the screen also. To understand the reason for a returned item, on this screen, take a note of the transaction type and the return code, which you will find on the far right. We will now navigate to ANZ Digital Services Help to view a list of return codes. So click Help from the application banner, and this will open ANZ Digital Services Help in a new tab. Select Accounts from the Support category tiles, and then select Account Operating Details screen. Select the Returned Items drop-down at the bottom of the page, and scroll down to the Returned Items field. Select the drop-down relevant to your transaction type. A list of returned item codes and their reason will display. In our case, return item code 003 has the reason indicating the account is closed. Repeat these steps for all of your returned items, and if you wish to export the records on the screen into a CSV file, you can do so simply by clicking the Export button, and a report will populate for your records. You can also view account and transaction information from your ANZ Transactive Global mobile app. Did you know that your log-on credentials for the desktop version of ANZ Transactive Global Mobile provides you with automatic access to the ANZ Transactive Global mobile app? The app allows you to view real-time balances and transaction history, to name just a few features. Our ANZ Digital Services Help page has more information on our mobile app and how it can be downloaded and installed, and which I'll show you shortly how to navigate to. Moving on to transaction search. Here, you can enter search parameters including account, amount, narrative, date, or a date range, to name a few, to search for transactions that have been processed in the last 24 months. You can also save your search if required. Give your search a name and then save. This will save your search under View if required for future use. Click Search and the transactions for your search criteria will now display. The Deposit submenu provides a list of registered term deposits that you have permission to view. This is currently available to our customers in Australia, New Zealand, and China. As you can see, I have access to 3 term deposits. At a glance, if I scroll to the right, I can view the deposit date, the amount, the interest rate, maturity date, and the status. From the control bar, I can click View to display my term deposits based on status, such as outstanding, rolled over, or matured, or to display deposits saved in one of your folders or to manage your folders. Select one or more term deposits and click Reports or Actions to use these shortcuts to quickly request a report or additional information. Click a deposit to view the deposit details screen, where you can also view a detailed summary and history of a deposit. I can also request a deposit summary report. You can also view term deposit information from your ANZ Transactive Global mobile app. If your organisation has a term deposit with ANZ and you cannot view this in ANZ Transactive Global, please speak with your administrator or your ANZ representative. The e-Statements menu is available to customers with eligible Australian accounts and allows you to generate electronic statements that have been issued in the past 24 months. To generate an account e-statement, select an account from the drop-down. Select a date range and then click Get Statements. Available statements for that period will display for download. Select the desired statement and the PDF will populate for your review. Moving on to the Reports submenu, here you can set up, schedule, manage, and email payment report profiles. From this menu, you can create ad hoc or scheduled reports, edit, copy, and delete reports, and download reports for your review. To create a new report, click New from the control bar. Select the report type you wish to run. Today, I will select an accounts statement report. Select the file type, language, date or date range required. Add any account filter details. And click Run the Report Now to run the report, or click Continue to schedule and save. And today I would like to show you how to schedule this report. Enter your schedule details and give the report a name. If you would like this report to be sent to your email, tick the checkbox and the report will be sent to your registered email address. This will save you logging on to ANZ Transactive Global to retrieve it. If you would like to share this report schedule, tick the checkbox and users with report permissions will be able to view and run this report profile. Tick the checkbox on the right if you wish to run this report after saving it, and then click Save. This report profile will now be saved and show in your list of account reports. This report can also be downloaded at any time by simply clicking on the download icon on the left of the report profile. If you have elected for the report to be sent to your registered email address, you will require a report retrieval code. This code acts as a password to open the encrypted report. To set your report retrieval code, navigate to User Settings, which will show as your user ID in the application banner at the top right. Select Settings and Preferences. In the Report Retrieval Code field, enter the code you wish to use to open the reports. Also from this user settings, you can manage your application preferences, such as selecting your time zone and also your currency view. Click Save to save the changes that you have made. Also from your user settings, you can set your language, set your home page, and view the last 3 times that you have logged into the system. To set the landing page, this can be selected on any page that you would like to have as your landing page, which will display every time you log in. For example, let's navigate away from this menu. Select the Operating Accounts submenu. If I now click on my user settings, then set the landing page, this Operating Accounts page will now be my landing page next time I log in. From time to time, you may require additional information relating to a deposit to better understand the sender of the funds or what the payment was intended for. A trace request can be lodged to request this additional information. For our customers in Australia and New Zealand, service requests in ANZ Transactive Global provides eligible users a digital connection to ANZ to create, view and manage a range of transactional, channel and account requests, meaning no form or phone call to ANZ to lodge the request. You can access service requests from the main menu. This menu is divided into 4 submenus, and today we'll just be taking a look at the Payments and Transaction menu, as this would be most relevant to you. Payments and Transactions contains requests that are payment or transactional in nature. This is the landing page, which contains all current and historical service requests. Click New to lodge a new request. Let's start with a trace request, which is available to our customers in Australia. Select the relevant account and enter criteria into the search fields to locate the transaction in question and click Search. Please note, if your transaction does not present, as not all transaction types will show here, I will demonstrate shortly how you can still lodge your request for this transaction. Select the transaction you require the additional information, and I would recommend giving your request a reference. This reference will be helpful if you lodge more than one request at a time. It will help you easily identify the request. Click Next and then Submit. And this will now submit the request to ANZ for processing. No approvals are required. A confirmation pop-up will display with your request ID and next step options. If you would like to lodge another request, click Raise Another Service Request, or click OK to return to the Payments and Transaction landing page. I promised I would show you how to lodge another request, so let's click Raise Another Request. This time we will lodge a request for the transactions that we couldn't find in our search. So let's select Transaction Inquiry Request. Select the relevant account and again enter search criteria into the search fields to locate your transaction in question and click Search. Select your relevant transaction and in the free text field, enter your inquiry details. Enter your contact details and again give the request a reference. Click Next and then click Submit. Click OK from the pop-up window. You will now notice the 2 requests we have lodged have been added to our page of requests. Each time there is an update to your requests, you'll be sent an email and once complete, you'll be able to view the information provided. Simply click the request and in the comments and supporting documents field, you will notice a message and you can click to view. Here is a screenshot from ANZ Digital Services Help to show you what this would look like. If you do not have access to the service request menu, please speak with your company administrator who can arrange this for you. And lastly, I would like to take you through our ANZ Digital Services Help that we have referred to during today's webinar. Simply click on the Help icon in the application banner from your ANZ Transactive Global login, and this will open ANZ Digital Services Help in a new tab. ANZ Digital Services Help is our online self-service database of step-by-step guides, instructional videos, and frequently asked questions for our digital channels, including ANZ Transactive Global. ANZ Digital Services Help is made up of 3 segments: search, popular topics, and support categories. Popular topics. Here you can view and easily access the most commonly read topics by our customers. And I would like to highlight in particular our monthly announcement tile. Click here to stay up to date with our latest updates and feature launches. For example, you will notice the announcement regarding the direct entry dishonour letters we looked at earlier when we discussed returned items. The last segment in ANZ Digital Services Help is support categories. This includes all topics covered in ANZ Digital Services Help. Simply click on a topic of interest and all related articles will be available for review. I would like to highlight the service request tile in particular. This contains links to a number of articles to support you in creating and managing your service requests, such as a short instructional video, the request types available, and a number of frequently asked questions. And that brings us to the end of our Accounts Receivable in ANZ Transactive Global training webinar. On the page I'm displaying is a list of our upcoming webinars together with a QR code to register for these upcoming events. A reminder that a recording of this session, as well as the question and answers, will be added to ANZ Digital Services Help in the coming days, should you wish to revisit or share with your colleagues. You can get to ANZ Digital Services Help by scanning the QR code on the screen or by clicking on the help icon next time you are signed into ANZ Transactive Global. I hope this session has been of value and we look forward to you attending our future ANZ Transactive Global training webinars. Thank you.